Okay, I think I have the camera straight this week. The kiddo's in school, I have the door open. Chip is able to come and go as he pleases, right, Chip? Meow. And I don't have a lot to talk about because we've been, back to school prep and late summer allergy season. So even now my eyes and everything on this half of my head is watering, so I might have to pause to go clear things out at some point, or I can get this done quickly. Since last week, like I said, I planned to do a lot, but I had allergy issues, so I did not get as much done Monday as I thought I would, and then Tuesday I had to catch up on housework and things. So today is Wednesday, and it's my errand day, so I did shopping and everything this morning. I did go to a thrift store. I spent an hour in there, and I did not find anything I wanted to buy. There were some amusing things, like the Martha Stewart cookbook from 1983 that had to explain on the cover who Martha Stewart is. But overall, nothing I wanted to trade money for. So I left everything there. And then I ran into Walmart because I needed to pick up something for the kiddo. I actually needed to pick up two things, one of which I forgot completely, so I'm going to have to go back. But since I was by myself and not pressed for time, I went to the toy section and looked at all the dolls that they had on clearance price. And I left behind the $4 Fashionistas. And I left behind the $19 Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor 2-pack. Although if that comes down more, I might get it because Steve's molded pants would have to go. I left behind the $7 Miraculous Ladybug because I've read reviews of those dolls and it says that their articulation, I believe, is not great. But I could be mistaken. Also, she has red hands, but that can be taken care of. I did not leave behind the $7 Made to Move doll. Well, one of them. There were 6 there total. And there was a little part of my brain that said, we'll grab all 6 at $7 each. That's a good bargain. But I'm not quite sure even what I will do with this one, although it might go to one of the potential reroutes in my box of body parts. So I got the one. I had 2 for a while, but at that time I couldn't even think of who would get this. But now that I've thought of a few, I might go back for others. I might not. And the thing about this particular Walmart, this is the only Made to Move it's ever had. It didn't have the other skin tone, didn't have the other athletic activities, just this one. And now they're $7 each. And this is the 3rd one I've bought there. So that's it for purchasing. Yesterday I was actually originally planning to make a video of me cutting this doll's hair really short. Obviously haven't done it, but I'll still make the video whether you say you're interested in not or not. And I'm planning to give her a short choppy hairstyle like this doll. Only unlike this doll has a whole lot of hair, so I could probably make it shorter. Because if you've ever looked at a Barbie with really short hair, or even a re-rooted Ken, their hair is really densely rooted, so you can cut it short without exposing all of the scalp and the rooting holes and all the other lines of hair. I used to know who this is. It's some Mackie, I think from the 90s. I probably will not repaint her, at least not initially. And the other thing about cutting hair really short is if it doesn't turn out, then it just goes into the reroot pile. But I think it will work. I will cut this hair sometime soon. I don't know when because I still haven't made that test of that last Barbie pattern I want to share yet, the trapeze high-low shirt. So hopefully with the kiddo back in school, I can get back into the rhythm of being alone again. I don't know what my excuses were over the summer. It's not like he's a high-maintenance kid. Anyway, so I will get the doll, I will get my hair gel, I will get my scissors, and I will eventually record a video of me hacking off most of this hair. And then a lot of my time since last week also spent putting away all that fantastic stuff from the last week's video box opening. Thanks again, Susan. I did put the head from that little dark skinned Dress Me doll on a Barbie body. And this is a Monster High Create a Monster wig. It's a little bigger in the wig cap than I would prefer for this doll, but I was just going from the wigs that I had. I didn't want to make one. I didn't want to source one. So she's not dressed in any, I just needed to get some clothes on her so she'd be decent for the video. I also painted, I filled in her eyelashes instead of just a few. I made them thicker, and I painted her molded eyelashes to be black because they actually had no paint on them at all, just relying on shadows to make them look dark. And I painted her lips pink with a gloss coat. So here she is. I like her. I see now that her Barbie body has a silver metallic number in the back. I need to use a magic eraser to get rid of that. And then I also, when I did the little touch-ups on her face, I did a little more work with, you can see, Ideal Harmony. I curled her hair. I've posted pictures of that in various places online. Because, you know, her folk singer hippie persona is really not the kind of thing that my dolls usually do. She is roughly super dollfie size, so she's able to wear this dress made by Cheshire Tippy. And then I have not taken photos yet, but yesterday I didn't like the way her eyes kind of stared. And they're still actually not quite focused in the same direction, but when I had her head poured the boiling water over her head to set the curls, which I used human-sized curlers on her. I thought that was amusing. I tried to see if I could reposition her eyes a little bit, but I couldn't. So I'm not sure what shape her eyes are inside her head because I didn't get that curious. But anyway, I went over her yesterday with black paint on the top of her eyeballs to kind of look like she has heavy eyeliner lids. Of course, in profile, her eyelashes are, you know, a couple millimeters above where the lid would be. But I think from a distance it looks okay. And now she's a little more 1960s Italian film star, a little less wide-eyed ingenue. And then the last thing is I went to the post office and I picked up a package from Josh with the head that I sent him to repaint. I have not looked at it yet. I have gotten the body dressed to wear it, and there is thunder rumbling outside. But I don't think it's actually going to rain here. These are not my sewing scissors, these are my doll hair cutting scissors. I've been explaining to my kiddo why you only use certain scissors for certain things and don't use my sewing scissors on paper. Okay, I have seen pictures of this doll. I have not seen her in real life, and she is adorable, and your paint application is so smooth, and she has glitter. And I will be, this is a Shawnee, well, the Shawnee sculpt, but the doll created was Asha, which is a line of like 3 or 4 dolls that Mattel had made with fake kente cloth print. Very fake because it had a lot of purple in it, and they were available in Toys R Us in the late 90s. So when I thrifted this one, her hair had been cut, so I cut it. If her hair hadn't been cut, I probably would have just curled it, but since her hair had been cut, I cut it all off. And instead of rerouting, I just glued yarn, snipped up yarn on, so that's all she has. But now that she has this adorable face, I probably will give her a proper reroute. Okay. I'm going to breathe into her neck to soften it up a bit. I don't know if that really works. I know a lot of doll people do this. I don't know if you can actually heat it up enough with your breath to make it softer. But like I said, I know I'm not the only person who does that. So here she is. And I will get pictures of her. Obviously, I only just took her out of the packaging. And I will dress her better now that I actually have her in front of me. And like I said, I probably will give her pink or purple hair that will get curled. But for now, she's home and I'm happy with her. And thank you so much, Josh. And I guess that's it for this video. I told you all the dolls I didn't buy at Walmart. I told you I didn't buy things at the thrift store. I told you what I did buy at Walmart. And what I might go back for more of, maybe later today, maybe later this week. Maybe I'll wait until next week to see if there are any left. Of course, if they happen to get marked down more, I probably would buy the whole armload of the rest of them. But I'm trying to show restraint. Trying to save money, and I'm flipping my hair over my face because I feel my nose dripping because of the allergies. So I think that's it for this week's video. Thanks.